Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel. I'd like to thank all you guys for tuning back in. New and old subscribers. And if you're just now clicking on this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button along with the bell. That way you get all the notifications for all my future videos. Try not to be too late on this, or try not to go for an extended period of time talking about this, but this is a topic that has come up recently, that I wanted to discuss, that I thought was pretty interesting, that many men find themselves in, and it's rather corny in my opinion, and rather dysfunctional to put yourself in such a position, or to hold on to something, or even be ahead of time know of a situation that you're getting yourself into with a woman, and you still want to hold something in particular against her, i.e., who she's been in a relationship with before, how many men she's been with, or even like a lot of you guys out there are well aware of this ahead of time, and well aware of a woman's past going into the relationship. But whenever you get angry or upset or something like that, you want to bring it up. And not only bring it up, you want to continuously stay in a relationship with the woman, and keep talking about this, keep bringing it up, and just won't let it go. um Something that's come to my attention, just, and I'm hearing these conversations, a lot of men, they, like I said, they know who they're getting involved with ahead of time, but they'll go ahead and try and lock a woman down or wife her up just to keep the next man from getting her, or to basically prove to, very territorial, I guess, so to speak, to win her over, to basically, kind of say, well, I got her, but you don't have her. You know what I'm saying? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Jared and Adeline. Um, it's like it's basically like some territorial stuff, like, hey, I want her, you didn't, she's mine. You know what I'm saying? Even though you want her, but you really don't at the same time. It's quite paradoxical, if you will. And this leads to a relationship where you end up hating yourself and you hate the woman, even if, let's say, if um, there's been things out here about, you get involved with a single mother, or you marry a single mother, and she has obviously an attachment to another man, potentially, and you may have had some issues with that man, but in order for you to try and, like, say that this is my woman, you go ahead and marry her or whatever, but you kind of have a hatred for him and her at the same time, and whatever child she may have, and you're constantly bringing it up, and may even go as far as, and I talked about this the other day briefly with the Rob Kardashian stuff, you will actually go as far as, where your mind's telling you, you actually go and get this woman pregnant, just to say, just to ensure you lock her down. But at the same time, you hate, there may be some sort of hate or something something like that going on, where you place yourself where you're actually torturing yourself, and by name calling this woman, calling her names about her maybe having this type of guy. I can't believe you were dealing with this type of guy. You're a whore. You was messing with this many guys. I mean, what you have to think about is, when you do this stuff, is you're with this woman. This is supposed to be your woman, quote unquote. But you calling her a whore and all this other stuff. So what does that make you? You know what I'm saying? That your wife and a whore. Yeah, it is some beta stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm hearing this stuff, like, I'm actually hearing stories about this from women, that men are actually doing this. And I've known a couple guys that have done this, where they know that a friend of theirs, even if they were in a relationship, the woman may have cheated on them, which has come up also. They were in a relationship with the woman. She cheated on them. They overlooked it, but they hold that against her, that she cheated on them, and they just keep bringing that up at every single point, trying to make her feel guilty, trying to make her feel bad, calling her a whore, this, that, and the third. Why put yourself in a position? And there's some women who are, I don't want to say weak-minded, but they have that psychologically, this man will beat them down to where they feel like they don't have anything else or they not worth anything. And I never, for the life of me, could understand, who are you as a man to tell a woman she can't do better or won't be able to get another guy after you? This is a woman you talking to. A woman can, really, barring that she's just hideous, can have anybody she wants. You know what I mean? So I hear this a lot, that a guy say, well, you're not going to have anybody after me, or there's not going to be any dudes that's going to want you after me and stuff like that. It's really brainwashing to that point like that. But you're constantly, I have no problem, as y'all know, for those of you who've watched my videos, I have no problem, telling someone or keeping someone that doesn't want to be with you. I've learned that over the years. You can't make somebody stay with you, and if you find yourself torturing someone, it's very sick. It is very sick to torture someone in that manner, where you have to oppress someone, and in the process, anybody who does this, they hate themselves. You know what I'm saying? I know of guys who have actually sat back and questioned a woman about who it was that she slept with before them, how many sexual partners she's had, what guys she's messed with, and basically is on some serious beta male stuff to want to even know that, who she was dealing with before you. And the significance, and even after she tells you, if she does tell you, you still want to be with her and you use it against her. That's what I'm saying. It's real paradoxical, to go as far as calling a woman a whore, but you'll stay with her. I never will understand that. If you don't want to be with a woman, or if you are uncomfortable with anything, something that you can't sleep at night or whatever, then you should. If you're laying next to somebody, what's up, JJ? If you're laying next to someone and this is all going through your mind, replaying over and over what's going on or who she was doing what with, then you're torturing yourself, and you're torturing this woman by calling her names. I could never. That's why I don't think, as far as it goes for me, and I used to think about that for somebody who has cheated on me, I don't think that I could do that, because I would be sleeping at night just thinking about what this person has done. But they say supposedly love conquers all, and if you really love somebody, you would work out whatever it is as far as cheating goes. But and I can understand that, but damn, I mean, when it comes to this abuse and these other things, it's beyond me. The stuff that I've learned about recently, that I've heard of recently, the stories I could tell on here about what some men have been doing. It's like it's taking on, and I'm gonna say it like this: it's taking on female characteristics and acting very feminine. The way that some of these men will conduct themselves as far as oppressing a woman in that aspect, and not wanting her to do anything else. Everybody should be free of all that stuff, and you should. If you have to basically threaten or coerce or hold something against someone in order to keep them, and you're torturing yourself in the same aspect. I just can't see it. I can't see wanting to hold on to a woman that doesn't want to be with you. I can't see that. I think I was in a position previously where I was trying to hold on to something, but at the end of the day, that person didn't want to be with me. What's happening to Trill? You know what I'm saying? But then I had the light bulb went off, where you can't do that, But when you use those tactics, brainwashing and stuff like that. Matter of fact, if y'all don't mind, if y'all in the chat right now, hit the like button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're still tuning in so far, I guess that means you must be liking something that you're listening to. Hit the like button. Doesn't cost you a thing. It's a nice Sunday night. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you're chasing after something, but I knew one person who said all he does is replay basically his girl that cheated on him. He replays that in his mind, and that justifies him cheating on her. You know what I mean? That justifies him doing what he does, coming home whenever like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is green tea and pineapple. So yeah, it just he said that by what he does, he'll think about the people that she slept with, and that's basically justification for him to go out to the clubs and screw all these hood rats and all these chickens and stuff like that. Which is, but he'll still stay with the woman even though he called her a slut. And she did this with his best friend and blah 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 and all that stuff. I can't live in chaos like that. I can't come home to something because your peace is disturbed. And I always tell, and I posted this earlier, and I think I'm gonna do a T-shirt about that. Do whatever brings you peace. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever brings you peace. And with living that lifestyle with someone who you supposed to be laying down next to at night, you know what I'm saying? And you're talking to that person in this manner, or even putting hands on this person. How can you put hands on someone and insult someone, then turn around and lay down next to them at night? Is beyond me. You know what I mean? I can't even think of it. Especially much less just think of the fact that they were intimate with this person, and by them being intimate with this person, that means that they really don't want to be with me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say this when it comes to this self-love concept, which I always talk about, this lack of attachment. When you do break up with someone, it doesn't destroy you because you have the love of self first. And when they do exit or make their exit, which they're going to do eventually, because you're going to separate from everyone on this earth one way or another. You're going to separate from everyone that you have been or will be in a relationship with. Whether you die, they die, y'all move on, somebody breaks up, somebody cheats on somebody, or whatever. That's just what's going to happen. Oh, that's a good one. He said, what about, I'm going to read this one out here. He said, what about being with someone that don't appreciate you or what you do for them? I'll put it like this. You can't entertain anything like that any further, because that's going to drive you crazy as well. If someone doesn't appreciate you, if they don't appreciate you or anything that you do for them or you doing for their family or their kids, then they don't respect you. That's my opinion. A lack of appreciation is a lack of respect. That's the way I see it. And if they don't respect you, there's nothing you can do to make someone respect you. After they lose respect for you, this goes for marriage, relationships, anything. If they don't respect you, anybody who doesn't respect you, you don't need to be in a relationship with them. Period. Bottom line. Because that's a horrible state to be in. I was in that state where my ex-wife didn't respect me, but I was still trying to hold on to that. So you should never be in a relationship with a woman or a man that doesn't respect you, because they never will. You know what I mean? They never will respect you. Just like you can't make anybody be with you. You can't get out of the friend zone. You can't, none of that shit. None of it. So if you're doing all that, and I've been there, you doing all this stuff for somebody that doesn't appreciate you, nah, that's a lack of respect. You can pay all the bills, you can cook, clean, you know what I mean? You can give them massages, back rubs, you can take their kids to school, teach the kids how to pee, change diapers and all that shit. I mean, use how to use the toilet, change diapers, all that stuff. And if they're not respecting that, then you're gonna have to cut your losses to keep it moving. I'm sorry, that's just from my personal experience. I can tell you that. As long as you're not married to him. If you're married, that's a different story. Because you're gonna prepare for hell on earth if you're married to him. Oh my goodness, I feel sorry for you. You know what I mean? So that's one thing to keep in mind. You shouldn't have to stay in anything, because that's torturing yourself also. That's a form of torturing yourself by giving and giving and giving and giving, and there's no thank you, there's no gratitude, there's no I appreciate you. And this is a lot of things that some people, men and women, all they want to hear is, a thank you, but they don't get that, or I appreciate what it is that you're doing. Some people think that's how it's supposed to be till they end up with the next person. When they get in a relationship with the next person, they realize that person doesn't do the same stuff that you do. And they're like, oh man, well they're thinking to myself, well, my ex used to do this, and it was normal. Now when you get it is a sense of entitlement. An entitlement concept is a disease of the heart, in my opinion. Fairness. So you get used to those things, and you think every relationship after that is supposed to be the same, but you realize a lot of times that who you are with, that was really what it was. And then when you move on in life and you realize you messed up, you know what I mean? You realize that you messed up and there is no going back, and you just look back at it. But hey, when it comes to that, you can't dwell on that. You just have to move on, and hopefully you come across that other person. Sometimes you don't come across that person in this lifetime. Sometimes that's a once in a lifetime thing, and people who do enjoy their heaven on this earth is during that point. But they take it for granted, and that's why you always hear that grass is green on the other side, because they think that things are better out there. And they usually aren't, but everybody's entitled to live their life as they see fit. That's the way they feel, but there is no going back. There is no going back. You stay firm in your convictions and you make that move. You don't keep somebody in limbo while you're trying to figure out what it is that you want to do. Time is too short and life goes on, so that's how I see things. But this thing that, because I'm hearing stories, my mind is just blown, about men. There's been so many things that I've heard of men who will stay with a woman after she cheats on them, or after women will actually get pregnant by other men, and they will raise the child as if it's their own and use that against them. Me, I could never do that, but you got certain simps that will wholeheartedly do that, then use it against them and use that as a form of leverage to torture the woman. That's why a lot of you women, the women who are watching, you need to understand, when you get yourself involved or rely upon a man to do certain things for you, you got to understand the price that comes along with that. And I say that as far as getting yourselves involved with sugar daddies and simps, or placing yourself in a position where you're dependent on this person, because it's going to be a day of collection where this person is coming to collect, or this could lead to violence and other things like that. Or it could lead to this abuse, verbal abuse, or you might even get your ass, knocked off. Because this person is invested not just monetarily in you, but emotionally, and you don't even know it. Because you just think it's a this for that. It's a quid pro quo. As long as I'm giving him some sex, he's going to continue to take care of me and my kids. You know what I'm saying? Even though I have no emotional attachment to him. And I may have Rodney on the side who's taking care of me in that aspect, who I really like. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button. It's free. If you're just not joining the chat, it doesn't cost you anything. If you want to hit the like button, we got the super chat there as well. You know what I mean? So just food for thought there. Helps promote the video. Both my ex's parents, they both had kids on each other, and years later the kids suffer. The kids do suffer, and I see it. This stuff that's come to my attention is that it doesn't matter. It's not about the kids. It is about you. It is about punishing you. It is about making you, the other partner, suffer. It's not about the kids. You know, it's not. It's not about the kids, because anybody who really cares about the well-being of their kids, who's rational, who's practical, who thinks about it, they wouldn't do a lot of the stuff that they do. You know, they definitely wouldn't do a lot of the things that they do, and wreak havoc and cause hell and charge up, family court, and enable family court to do what it is that they do. You know what I mean? So I just made this video for y'all to beware if you're in that position. Don't if you're gonna be in a relationship with someone, you have to accept everything that comes along with it, including their past. That's if you decide to wife a prostitute, you decide to wife a former gigolo, you decide to wife a woman who has 6 or 7 baby daddies. You have to accept everything that comes along with that, because at the end of the day, I hope you understand you're not dealing with a virgin. You know. So if you wanted a virgin, you should just go ahead and get yourself a virgin. You want to call someone a whore and all this other stuff, and this that. If it gets to that point, you need to go ahead and cancel it. The relationship needs to be done. You know what I mean? I can't. I just want to reiterate that. Why would you want to be in a state of mental anguish and chaos and trying to, this thing replaying over and over and over in the back of your mind? I would be going mad doing that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't live in a state of wanting to punish someone and punishing myself, because you're actually punishing yourself by being in this relationship. And fueling anger and all this other things like that. But hey, that's for the betas and all that other stuff, man. So yeah. So I think I pretty much touched on what I wanted to touch on in this video. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you guys. So that's that. Understand R. Kelly messing with virgins. So now do you understand? 18, 19, 20-year-olds, they haven't been ran through in Hollywood like the older hoes. Yeah, I mean, I talked about that. Why would R. Kelly want to mess with women his age that are washed up? And I don't mean any offense, because I don't know how old some of the women that's watching this. But if you're an older man, why would you want to get an older woman? You want to get if you got your pick and you're going to be spending money on a woman, you're going to go for a younger woman. I'm not saying that as far as getting a woman that's underage, you need to get it. Obviously, she's not a woman if she's underage. You're going to get a woman that's in her prime of her life. You're not going to go, and I said this on a few videos. You're not just going to, if you're 50, you're not really looking for a woman that's 50. I know I wouldn't if I was 50. I would be trying to get a woman maybe early 30s, and that's what I'd be shooting for, early 30s. If I was 50, maybe late 20s, because of the maturity, how my mind functions. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe. I want to hear your comments on this. You know what I mean? Let me know what you think. All that good stuff. Add me on social media, Facebook and Instagram if you haven't done so. Make sure you guys check out my profile on Amazon. Pick up my books if you haven't done so yet. I got my t-shirt shop up on Teespring. The link is in the description. All the links are in the description for this. I got some new shirts, new material. Make sure you guys get your shirt. If you haven't done so, I got it for the ladies also. The shirts are available. Make sure you pick those up. If you've got any questions or any topics you'd like me to discuss, feel free to email me. My point of contact, my email address is there. I have all colors. It looks, when you click in the store, it looks like it's just white, but if you click on the actual item, you can pick from the different colors there. There's different colors than just what you see on there. So just to let you guys know that. And as I always say, we got the well of wisdom there. If you're feeling like that, feel free to click on that. The link is in the description. And guys, remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. I will catch you guys on the next live stream or chat. Make sure y'all look out for me. You know what I mean? Peace be upon you all in the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And I will see you guys sooner than later. Peace. I'm out.